Welcome back, everybody. A lot going on in the news. Um, an establishment that's desperate, an establishment that's having issues right now with the new trend. The ground is shifting beneath them. Things are changing. And what they're afraid of is that people are starting to listen to them over fear. Like Malcolm once said, that they have a fear that if the public listens to you, then the public won't listen to them no longer. And that's what we have going on in our society right now. The fear of the Joe Rogans, the fear of the truth, the fear of all the voices that stand up to the truth, that stand up for the truth. The fear of independent voices in America is what we're seeing going on with the fake news media. And I have to thank the fake news media. And you should thank the fake news as well. You should thank them because without them, some of the people that they're trying to destroy, we wouldn't even know who they were. Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say we wouldn't know who Joe Rogan was. I know who Joe Rogan is. I know a lot of you know who Joe Rogan is. Are there some that don't know who Joe Rogan is, that know who Joe Rogan is now? Yep. And we have them to thank for that. You know, another thing too is when they come out and try to destroy someone that's telling the truth, it only makes us become more of a fan. I was already a Joe Rogan fan prior to the nonsense that took place, that the attack on him. All they done was made me a bigger fan. They made me a bigger fan. Same thing with Trump. How you all think I became a Trump supporter? As I've told y'all before, I wasn't always a Trump supporter. I evolved into that. I became a Trump supporter when I was like, hold up, you mean all the fake news media, the entire establishment is against Trump? You mean they all want Trump gone? This guy must be working for the people then. Because they don't attack people they don't just go out there and just attack people that are working for them. Oh, no, 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 no. People that are for the people don't get attacked. I mean, no. People that are for the people do get it. The people that are not for the people, they do just quite fine. I mean, we see it time and time again. We see that they are afraid of independent voices. And Malcolm said this. What was his last? It was his last speech, I think. One of Malcolm's most powerful speeches. When he laid out how the fake news media work. Of course, he didn't call them fake news media. He called them manipulative. Now Donald J. Trump is the first to call the fake news media fake on the national stage since Malcolm X. So, but Malcolm did say that they always try to they try to block what you're saying to the public because they fear that if the public listens to you, they won't listen to you any longer. And that's the thing when it comes to the Joe Rogans and the things, he's just having conversations. I like the term of saying, too, they say, well, Joe Rogan, misinformation. No, they only saying it's misinformation because it's going against what they're saying. If you go against the liberal element of this country, Malcolm X said that too back in the 60s, by the way. If you go against the liberal element of the country, they'll do whatever they can to try to discredit you. Same thing they're doing with Joe Rogan. Oh, I'm going to say this too. The so-called racist, whatever they're trying to say, I don't care. He's a damn comedian. A comedian making jokes. Don't care. And see, that's what the thing is here. They can't play that race card game with me, these race pimps out here, because you know what? I'm black. I'm a black man in America. I care about black people in America. I do. And so you can't play that game with me. I voted for Donald J. Trump. I support Donald J. Trump. I don't necessarily think Joe Rogan's a racist. And let's just say he was. Let's just say he was. What is he saying that's untrue? If a racist say 2 + 2 is 4, it's still 4. See what I'm saying? 2 + 2 is 4 regardless of who says it. 2 + 2 is 4. Like Kevin Samuel say, whether you going up for the Nobel Peace Prize or a homeless person, 2 + 2 is still 4. See, that's the thing too. That's what's got them so angry right now. And they don't know, like, how has Trump still got this support? How has Trump still? Because he works for the people. People that works for the people. And that's what they fear. They fear people that work for the people. and they made me a bigger fan. Now there are some situations I probably where the fake news media has actually turned me on to someone that was speaking the truth that I didn't realize. Oh, aka Donald J. Trump. The fake news media turned me into a Trump supporter. Thank you, fake news media. You opened my eyes. You opened my eyes to support someone that was really working for the people. I didn't see it at first. I didn't vote for Donald J. Trump his first term. I didn't get it then. I didn't. I voted for the Green Party. I think I was on the cusp of getting it because once they screwed Bernie Sanders, I was like, oh, no way I'll vote for Hillary Rodham Clinton. There was no way. And then, full circle, in the middle of the pandemic, I'm thinking like, hold up. Everybody's against Trump because the people that do things like try to keep us divided are all of a sudden out for our best interest. They want Trump gone because they're out for our best interest. Hell no. That's when I like, you know what? Nah, I'm supporting Trump. I remember showing someone myself, like, look at how this fake news media is lying. You know what they said? Yep, screw that. I'm voting for Donald J. Trump. You know what? And that's the thing that they are afraid of. And it's going to keep going. But we have to be their voice. We have to continuously to unite and fight back. We have to do that because we're up against an entire establishment. Joe Rogan, salute to him. He's changing the paradigm. Joe Rogan, with his followers, his platform. And when I tell you he's not controversial, he is not controversial. He said some things I agree with. Let me tell you what Joe Rogan said that I disagree with. Joe Rogan said that maybe, just maybe, on his show, he could bring somebody else on, and kind of balance it out. I'm like, hold on, Joe Rogan. No. There's no need. The fake news media has already, got a monopoly on information, the so-called truth. But you come with your show, Joe Rogan, and you are the one that's balancing things out. That's why you have the followers you have. That's why people ride with you. That's why I support him. That's why I'm a fan. He's balancing things out. That's what it's all about. It's about balancing things out. Balance it out that way. But we don't need, you to try to kowtow to the fake media. No. We need you to go 100 miles an hour doing what you do best. We need you to go 100 miles an hour being the best version of yourself because that's what got you where you are. And I don't have any doubt that you'll continue doing what you do. And it's not just him. It's all the other ones that, that are speaking for the truth. Anyone that's independent right now that is speaking for the truth. It's not even necessarily about political parties. Everyone should want to know the truth. You would think. But here's the thing. I mean, you just look at some of the things that they do and you're like, huh, really? I'm like, and then you go to this drug, and then you're thinking like, so you mean to tell me that this harmless drug that is 100% harmless to everybody, the government has made sure that you can't be sued if it makes you sick? That's interesting. Just saying. But I think what people want to do is be left alone. I think people want to just go to work, pay their bills, work their job, run their businesses, and be left alone. They don't want nobody trying to trample on their civil liberties. They don't want no one trying to trample on their rights. That's all it's. They don't want nobody trampling on their constitutional rights. And for you to have the audacity to push back against what's in the Constitution for you, what was written by law for you, that some kind of way, if you push back against that, then you know what? We got to silence him. We got to cancel him. I heard someone say one day they was at a restaurant and Fox News was playing. And they said, you know what? They asked for the remote control. And then they some kind of way blocked the Fox News channel. And now this particular restaurant don't know how to get it back on their channel. And I think that's a little bit, I don't know if I want to use the term miserable and desperate. It would have to fall on the term miserable, because if it were me, if I go into a restaurant that's playing liberal media, a bunch of, misinformation, I'm not going to go to the trouble of changing their TV. I'm going to either just eat my food and leave when I'm done, or I just won't go there. I'm not going through the trouble to try to silence someone because I don't agree with them. Well, I mean, really though, everyone think they have a monopoly on information. Like no one wants people don't want to know what the truth is, and that's the society we live in. And if Rachel Maddow doesn't say it, then it must not be true. I mean, really though, how do we get here? How did we get here to where if it's not said on the mainstream media, ain't true? When are we gonna stop falling for that? And it comes to black people, we are the worst to being misled, misguided, run amok, bamboozled, hoodwinked. We are the worst when it comes to it. They do it to us every election year. Every election year. You know what? I used to be one of them. You know what I said though? Enough is enough. If you're not giving me anything in return for my vote, you're not getting my vote. That's how this goes right now. No, I'm no longer just voting Democrat just because you say I'm supposed to vote Democrat because I'm black. If that. No, I'm not gonna, follow something just for some type of trend. Nope. If I don't agree with it, I'm not getting down with it. I'm not fixing to go, this is sleepy Joe Biden America where 2 + 2 is 5 if you want to say it's 5, and you all know where I'm going with it. 2 + 2 is 5 if you feel it should be 5, or just no. 2 + 2 is 4, and 2 + 2 is 4 regardless of who says it. 2 + 2 is 4. No one who says it. So I don't know how we get into this to this. I don't know how we get to where we are now, but I do know this: if we don't stand up and fight back, we're in trouble. We're going to continuously lose more and more ground. And you all know what I mean by stand up and fight back. I mean, if this is what you believe, speak on it. If you and you got to be 100%. Someone asks you who you support. Did you support Donald J. Trump? You need to unapologetically say, I support the 45th president, hopefully 42nd president coming up. You need to say that. Say what you believe, because everybody else out there aren't afraid to say what they believe. So why should you sit back and lose more and more ground on what you believe in, more and more ground on the Constitution, more and more ways for them to try to say the Constitution is illegitimate, and that's what they're trying to do. To say we need a new one. Do it needs to be amended? Is it perfect? No. You all know what I am when it comes to the criminal justice system. You all know that's one of my reasons I do support Trump. I think he was awesome when it came to the criminal justice system, because it took a so-called racist like Donald J. Trump to pardon the people that Sleepy Joe put in prison. I made a joke, during the campaign when Trump was, letting these people out of prison to be back with their families that was wrongfully convicted for decades for marijuana. And you know what I was like? I'm like, well, at least the so-called racists stepped up to the plate. Yeah. But what has the so-called, person that's uniting everybody, done? For one, he hasn't released us. Pardon, a single person he's put in jail. Sleepy Joe Biden has not. Sleepy Joe Biden also put 100,000 black men in prison for marijuana. And then literally said he's targeting single mothers. I mean, parents from single households. I mean, this guy pretty much said he didn't want black kids on the bus with his kids. He didn't want, his kids growing up in a racial jungle. That's why he was against. What was it? That's why he was against the desegregation of busing. It is insane. Everyone, make sure you like this video, share it also, because you know what? We just got to get this message out. We got things to talk about. Also, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. This is roll at the bottom of the screen. That's my Cash App as well. Because you know what? We got moves to make. We got stuff to talk about. We got conversations to have. We got a future to win. We got elections to win. Because we need to win the House, we need to win the Senate, and we also need to take the White House back as well. At minimum, 2022, let's take both houses back. I mean, it'd be nice to take one. We got to get both to get some kind of balance. We need some type of balance so we can fight back. And you know what? And as far as them, getting rid of filibuster, I'm not 100% against that. As I'm sure you all Sure, you all are as well. Why in the hell we give the Democrats more power to screw us? Why? Not gonna do it. So make sure you guys like the video, share the video. You know what? Because we need to get the message out. And the only people that are willing to stand up for the truth is people like you and I. You and I are the people that's willing to stand up for what we believe in, you know. And then, I reject the idea because I'm black, I'm supposed to vote for the Democratic Party. And they race in everything. Or is there racism that goes on in America or everywhere else? Of course. Of course. But do we fix that by making everything, by pretending everything is racist? We do not. We do not. And you know what? And I'll always speak out for discrimination or things that are unfair. I'll always speak out. But I'm also going to always speak out when I see some BS going on. Thanks, William. I'm always going to speak out when I see some BS going on. Because you know what? We have to. And who's more to stand up for the truth than someone like me? Who's more? Because they love to play the race game. There's a bigger person that wants to fight for the rights of black people than I. I'm just saying. But what you're not going to do is tell me that you got access over my vote. You're not going to tell me that I'm supposed to think this way. You're not going to race bait me into some BS. Because you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, though. I'm going to be real with you. I really don't care who's racist when it comes down to it, as long as you ain't trying to bother me. And what I mean by that is, I don't care about how someone feels. Really, though? Come on. I'm too busy focused on winning. I'm too busy focused on trying to win. I don't have time to get involved in that BS. Because one thing for sure, the person that is racist is the establishment. And now you're going to tell me that the establishment cares about race relations in America? No. The establishment cares about dividing us in America because they know that way they can get us. They know that way they have a chance at us. But when we are together, no. And you know what? I've always known that they try to divide us, but nothing was more so clear that they were trying to divide us when we went through the Kyle Rittenhouse case. I'm like, hold up. Because you know what? I'm going to be honest. At first, I wasn't really paying too much attention to the case. I definitely didn't think a race was going to be made out of it because you know what? There's this white kid trying to defend some property that shot 2 or 3 other white people and killed one that was trying to attack him. So I'm going to be honest. I really didn't follow it much. I'm like, oh, well, self-defense. If I could see that from, I went to criminal justice in college. So I'm like, so that's pretty slam dunk. And then more and more, I just kind of like, hold up, they still talking about this? What's going on here? Oh, wow. Everybody, they saying that this was a racist act. So I was shocked. I done a video on it, y'all. I done a video on it with me. I had a whole interview on it with myself. Make sure you go check that out. It's on this page. I did a whole interview on the topic with myself. One version of myself, sunglasses, one version of myself, dressed like this. And it was an informative interview. I know it was with myself, but it was literally an informative interview. And I was like, hold up. You mean they really trying to push the notion that this white kid that shot 2 or 3 other white people in self-defense is racist against black people? Are they really pushing that? They really pushing that. That's when it was clear to me that they were literally trying to divide black people and white people in this country. Literally. Like, come on. Now, one thing about me is, the much as I can point out that was racist, well, of course it was racist against the establishment, but the much as I point out that what they was trying to push, they was trying to divide us. But now there are some people out here that won't admit that racism goes on at all. Now that what I want, I would not do that. That what I would not do. Yes, there's racism that goes on, but there's racism everywhere. But is everything racist as they try to put it? No. And another thing that I won't do either. See, I'm going to say what I want to say. Now, this is what I think in the Trump campaign. I think this would have been brilliant. Why I think I should have actually been his campaign manager. I'm not even joking. but I digress. When he was pardoning those people that Joe Biden put in prison, I wish Trump would have said, you know what? We just pardoned this person that been in jail for 20 years. And that person that Sleepy Joe put in jail for 20 years because Black Lives Matter. We ain't just going to talk about it. We're not going to just shout it. I'll put it on a poster or rock a t-shirt. We're going to do this, this, and this because Black Lives Matter. That's what I'm saying. I wish I was Donald J. Trump's campaign advisor on his staff. If he runs again, Donald J. Trump, holler at me. I'm just saying. Because you know one thing about President Obama. President Obama was a brilliant campaigner. Well, I know some of you all didn't agree with his policies and politics. I'm not gonna lie, I voted for him twice. Would I vote for him if he's running now? No, because I've evolved some. Is he a better president than what we have right now? Hell yeah. I mean, let's just be real. Everybody's better than what we have now. But one thing that President Obama did, even before Mitt Romney, the 2012 election, even before it kicked off, before the general kicked off, the Obama campaign had already defined Mitt Romney as a Gordon Gekko of Wall Street, a person that kills jobs, sends jobs overseas. You know, they were this Bain Capital where they boost these companies up, you know, boost them up, then they take all the profits out of them and sell them and gone. So by the time the election started, Mitt Romney was already looked at as the Gordon Gekko of Wall Street. What I would have done if I was on Donald J. Trump campaign and I was the one advising him, we're going to define Sleepy Joe Biden as the most racist person that ever ran for president in modern time. But here's the thing about it. That wouldn't be engaged in hyperbole. That wouldn't be no exaggeration. That is the case. He is the most racist person that ever ran for president in modern times. And we would have had that in everybody's minds, in the public's minds, before the general election even started. Because you know what? There's no way in hell that a racist like Sleepy Joe Biden should be standing next to Donald J. Trump on a debate stage calling him racist. We would have had Sleepy Joe Biden so afraid to even bring up the term race if I was his campaign manager. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm looking at this, I'm like, come on, man. I mean, we should have already had it defined. First, we should have been pardoning someone every single day that Joe Biden put in prison. I mean, give me a list of the people that was affected by Sleepy Joe's Ku Klux Klan 1994 crime bill. Give me a list. And we're going to pardon them every single day. And we're going to go meet with their families. And we're going to explain how it affected them. We're going to do that every single day. I don't even know if we do much campaign. We do some campaigning, but we're going to be so busy doing that. And then there are going to be people that's going to say, oh, you know, you're only doing this for politics. And our response would have been, ain't that's what you vote for us for? To get things out of us? Isn't that what you vote for us for? To care about your interests? Hell yeah, we're doing it for politics. Why else should we be doing it? Why else did you send us here if we wasn't doing it for politics? Ain't this what politics is about? Quid pro quo. Also, why have your boy, Sleepy Joe, been in office for a half century and didn't do it just for politics? I'm just saying. I mean, that along with, don't get me wrong, we would have to fight all those other irregularities. We would have to fight all those other irregularities. I can't even say the word right now. But anyway, we would have to fight all of that other stuff. Irregularities. We got to fight all that. But Pennsylvania just struck some of that stuff down. Called it unconstitutional. Not my words. Pennsylvania courts struck mail-in ballots down as unconstitutional. So what does that say? What does that mean for the next election? I'll tell you what it means. That means the left is in trouble. But we can't get too comfortable or confident or cocky. We can't do any of that. Because you know what? It's going to take all we can to win this next election and the midterms. As much as it should be a slam dunk, it should be easy. We're in a time right now where nothing is a slam dunk and easy. We got to fight like hell to win both of these houses. And we do need both if we're going to have any chance on saving our country. Inflation is through the roof. The Sleepy Joe administration lied about it for months. Almost a year. Literally lied about saying that we did not have any inflation. Seriously though. They lied about it. And now what we have through the roof, inflation. Gas prices through the roof. And then you have people out there saying, the president doesn't control gas prices. If that's the case, then why didn't he close off drilling permits? He ended drilling permits. He closed the Keystone Pipeline. I mean, really though, we was in the heart of the pandemic when Trump was president. We didn't have this inflation. We was in the heart of the pandemic when Trump was president. Gas wasn't this high. We was in the heart of the pandemic when Trump was president. The housing market wasn't upside down like it is now. I'm just saying. Now you got new cars that you have old cars that cost as much as new cars. You got a shortage on cars. I mean, the supply chain is breaking apart. Regardless of what political corner you stand in, you have to have your eyes closed, literally, to not see what's going on. I mean, come on, take politics out of it. The guy's way over his head. His vice president, who we don't even hardly see, doesn't know what she's doing either. I'm telling you, it's not a want to get Trump back. It's not. Of course, we want Trump back, but it's bigger than that at this point. We need We need Trump back. It's not even a want to get both houses back. We need to get both houses back. I consider myself an independent, but I tend to lean conservative these days. I tend to lean Republican these days. Did I just go looking for the Republican Party? No. Did I leave the Democratic Party? No, they left me. Or they never was who I thought they were. Because I was once blind, deaf, dumb, ignorant, and politically immature. I was once that way. To the people on the right, that when I was a little bit younger, that I made fun of. To those people, I apologize. When you said they was coming after your guns and I laughed at you, I was wrong. You're right. They are trying to come after your guns. They're trying to do everything they can to make it harder for you to own a firearm. They are. When I told you that, that the right is trying to destroy the country, blah, 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 I was wrong. It was the left the whole time. It was the left that are trying to control people. You all were just trying to fight for freedom. You all just were trying to fight for the ability to work your job, live your lives, be left alone. I didn't always get that. For that, I apologize. But I get it now. And I did vote for Donald J. Trump in 2020. And I was out there every day, talking up his message, especially. I love taking on the racist arguments. I love taking on the arguments that Donald J. Trump is a racist. I love those arguments because you know what I asked him? What have he done? What legislation has he passed that show that he was a racist? None. But then you go and vote for a guy who's been pushing racist bills through Congress for decades. Pick up on that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Make sure you all like the video, share the video, because you know what? This is our moment. This is our moment to stand up to the establishment. This is our moment to stand up for the truth. This is our moment to win and be the best version of ourselves. I'll tell you one thing else I realized too, since I became, more of an independent, lean Republican or whatever, so to speak, happier. We're more laid back. We focus on winning. I don't have time to be. See, what I've realized is a lot of people on the left, a lot of people in general, they don't want solutions. They want narratives and stuff to complain about. That's what they want. They want to be mad at something. Can you imagine that? Like, lighten up, smile a little bit. Like, come on. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. I'm not fixing to, be mad at a rich person for having what we all know we want to achieve as well. Come on now. Makes no sense. But that's what they want to do. They want to keep us stuck. They want to keep us stuck, and they don't have any solutions to help the economy better. Pandemic is now worse than a Sleepy Joe. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What we got to do, we got to step up to the plate because this, what we're doing right now, is not working. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you hit that like button, like the page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video, and can't wait to talk to you all again soon. Have a great night. Peace.